Thank you, Mr. Schwartz. I've never been presented as the ugly duck here. So.
No, it wasn't you, it was just your association.
Yeah. I knew it would be a challenge to be on stage with you, and after now you have presented the Oscars, so now I've perhaps the part for the after-show party. So many thanks, to invite me and to let me be here with you, with so many great scientists. Only my PhD allowed me to be here on stage today, but it's from another discipline. So yes, yesterday I was asked. Now you're talking about the new importance of coffee and food at workplaces. So do you know the right date, or do you know when it came to life, the first coffee break at work? Thank you for this question, and I had really to verify, because then I was aware it started in 1900 in the US that coffee breaks were brought to workplaces, and then in the early 60s it started in Europe. And as a lawyer, you just announced, I asked myself, is there a legal claim for a coffee break at work? And actually it isn't, because it is not part of the work time and should actually be reworked. So in a way it is like smoking cigarettes, but we learned today it's much more healthy to drink coffee, and you as being part of the sector, so I think you are happy for every number and cup which is being drank during work time, and you as an employer maybe not, but I think it's important to know. So who we are and what we do. We are the vending business, and you see some nice faces and less nice faces. This is what I wanted to describe, that the coffee serving industry, and it's not only about vending, but vending is our core task, but it's hardly possible for me to show all the possibilities and solutions that we deliver, but today I'm going to show you some of the examples, because it is us serving your great product, and as we learned each other, so it's you who are doing, you're burning in the end, the great product which has been cultivated for so many different stages in farming, processing, and so on, and then it comes to a machine, and unfortunately maybe there are people not able to use the machine right, so then in the end what you get in the cup is perhaps not what it deserves, the product, but the point is that, as you just mentioned, the importance becomes more and more evidence also for those who are the decision takers about the coffee solutions at workplaces. And the vending association, I'm proud to say, we are dealing with this topic now for more than 50 years. We are representing the out-of-home sector, which is served by professional vending machines. We are representing food operators, so when I talk about operators, these are the technicians outside in the field who are serving and who are maintaining the machines. So this is what we have in scope, and we are representing more than 400 members in Germany. So some market insights, these you will see from time to time during my presentations, are figures out of the European vending research work, so I can only give you some figures. If you're interested in more, then please ask me later. For the study, which is due to rights for the European Association, but we can find a solution. But you can see here that the German market is in the top line of Europeans total vents and machine field base. It's if you compare it maybe to the fourth or to the first, depends on which discipline. But which is important, 14% out of all the whole machine base in Europe is placed in Germany. And in Germany, you have 135 people are sharing one machine. It's below the average of the European. So if you look at the figures, there's a vending, or there's a turnover of the whole sector with about 2.84 billion. And if you count it a bit perhaps more on what the revenue is produced by those operators who are not only selling via the machines, because the 2.8 is generated by the cells, the vents of the machines, and the 3.5 is generated by the services they deliver to maintain machines as an extra service. And you can see here in this chart that the largest part, if you look at the share by volume, is hot drinks, so coffee in the most cases, and with 75% of all the beverage sold by vending machines. And then you can have a look here at this time. This is all the cold drinks and the snacks and food. If you gather them together, then you have only 9% for the moment. But this is the most developing part since the pandemic, as Dr. Schwartz just mentioned, when we were in the past more the companies who are delivering food and coffees to companies. Now we are getting more in the outdoor, and we are asked now our members in a study we had last year, and so we see that most of the emerging sectors where we can be present now will be the smart fridge and the coffee corners, and the combination of food and coffee. This is also what I wanted to display to you today. For the moment, we have been hit during the pandemic also by the absence of people in offices and workspaces. So this was one of the most important challenges, because perhaps not in production side, but there was labor in offices. Then you saw that the people were allowed to be in a home office, and so then we lost in some spaces more than 60% of turnover, because the people weren't at work in the companies. And so this is why the sector has to be reinvented and find new solutions. And you see in this chart why it's so important, because the vast majority of all our machines is located in production sites or in offices. Only about 20% of all the machines you saw, 620,000 machines, and 80% of them are based inside companies. So we see, when we have been asked also during our studies what are the emerging fields, and then consumers demanded more presence of machines outside the buildings, in hospitals, universities, or in other public institutions. But for the moment, we are a core business in-house. You know that new work has been already a great topic for evaluation in the time before the pandemic, and now since the pandemic we have even greater challenges, because it's a lack of people being present. We have also a labor shortage, like Mr. Peluso was just describing, and now you have to motivate people to come back to the office because of the commuting effect. This is, I think, well known, and so the working world now transfers more to a logistics center in the future, and the office will be now more or less split in several zones. So you can see here, this is our key visual, and when we developed this retro-futuristic picture, and then I was comparing it to this picture, which has been worked out by this colleague. Birgit Gebhardt is one of the experts in Germany for new work and new office developments. Then you see it's kind of same idea that the workplaces become more and more a British club or a Japanese Zen space where you have more space to move and to ideally with small gardens, and employees can even gardening during their breaks, and they should provide a balance between the strenuous work and in the digital world. And so this was before the major cause that people can expose themselves more also and develop their freedom of thinking. But then now after the pandemic, we got this effect that the employer not having the choice anymore in employing as he had before and becoming the people back to work, then the employer has become more a host than an employer, and this for the obstacle to bring people back to the required time for commuting. And if you look at this picture, this was also one of the scratches which has been presented by a new work expert. These are the networking areas which are implemented to the companies of the future. That you can see is the elevator, and next to these you will place in every floor a networking coffee solution to have more of the exchange community and communication, which employs the company employees, and also for freelancers, the possibility of getting together. This is why also lots of studies have proven that the individual effects of the work is not only due to the work at the desk, but also the work they do outside the desk. And you can see here, it's really, I think, great figures. If you see that if you are sitting in an attractive working environment, then you deliver 250% more of capacity and energy, and moving in a basic environment, 350. And if you combine both of them, you're even more than 450%. And then having a great cup of coffee. This is what makes it in the second step. Then it makes it even more attractive. So what can make the office in the perception of the employee more attractive is that you offer a subsidized catering solution, and this is a win-win situation for the employer and for the employee. This is a figure out of a research done by Sodexo, and 33% is the largest, or the main prominence, central meaning for that coffee and food solutions at the workplaces are the major decisive point. And if you go deeper inside this study, then you see that even 46% of the respondents consider a company restaurant to be rather important or very important. And it's not us, but they use this small icon that you see. Even they are talking about vending machines. And this is also the biggest surprising out of the analysis, that the desire for flexibility, that vending machines with food and beverage are very popular because they allow for catering at any time. So we can also say it's a kind of modesty. They are not asking for a restaurant, but they are asking for vending and coffee solutions at workplaces. So while the large coffee is nice, but it's not a must. So this gives us the answer. Good and tasty coffee makes a difference because it gives you good value for your colleagues. And this was also stated between the pandemic, when we have run a research on consumers. There was mentioned coffee as a motivator, and 83% out of the employees want a professional coffee solution at workplace. So it's because of the good machine. It's always clean. It's served, it's supplied. So this is what is wished from the consumers. But here down there you can also see the situation, the status which we are finding ourselves, that only 47% perceive the actual coffee supply at workplaces as being really realized or professionalized, and this is really not enough, and also gives us place the whole sector for improvement. And then you can also see here the figure out of the EVA market study. It is around 150 units per week per machine, which is served via a machine at workplace, and there's still a growth of 4.3%. But if you compare it with the figures from snacks, which there you have a much higher development increase in the vents from the vending machine, which is due to the absence of office workers and the new transformation from the canteen users to vending machines. Now I talked about the importance of quality and serving a quality or a good cup of coffee. So this is also the question, the beast you asked me, why are we not perhaps selling better options? We have now started since the pandemic, that and this is also proven by these figures, that the amount of tabletop of professional coffee machines equipped with a milk module are really increasing. So we are having even more now with a milk system than we had before. So this is also why the employees, having used their own machines at home, ask for higher level coffee solutions at workplaces. And if you go in detail and you want to know what share of coffee product is being served via machines at workplaces, then you see then you have to distinguish always bean to cup, soluble and instant, or soluble and instant is but fresh brew. I don't know if it's very known in other countries, but in Germany it's still very used. And then you have to compare the share between in the field of the freestanding machines and the tabletop machines. These are the big machines, and these are the classical tabletop machines from using this smaller with also more with grinders. So this is also what you can see. 86% of these smaller professional coffee machines are based on bean to cup, and the percentage via the freestanding is completely still on the field of instant and fresh brew. So I think there's also a development which we will have to follow in the next years. And behind the question why the swan I will show you afterwards, but the ugly duck is also due to one point. I think it will surprise from some of you that the selling price, the vend price of a coffee in office spaces is at about 59 cents. eurocent. So it is not comparable to Horeca and other places where you can have a good quality coffee, and you have to know that in German companies the coffee distribution is more kind of social service to the employee, but not really what it should be then as a appreciation of and a benefit for the employee. So there is also something which is on the way, the adjustment that company decision takers are aware that they should also invest on good coffee solutions, but for the time being, lots of how did the work councils, the Betriebsräte, are giving their mind to the quality. So it has to be brown and hot, and that's all what they normally expect from coffee. Unfortunately, so as you see, what is the development which the branch is taking. So also coffee should be on a higher level. And our expectation is that this will be, in a way, taken to future by another factor which we have from other life areas of life. The people's expectation to the digital approach, that all the things they can buy is contactless, or that they have a 24/7 availability, or that it's a plug and play solution. So if you take this to account, and you think rethink vending, and you see the sectors where we are now since the pandemic in charge and ask for solutions, for example for the retail market, for filling stations, for restaurants, for hotels, where they have also this labor shortage. They are asking for vending solutions, and we developed since then lots of technical solutions to deliver more or less to deliver to these company sites a kind of retail store, which is the new solution, which has been more developed for retail, but now finds its place to the canteen sector. And this, in the most of the cases, I will just show you now, are a combination of technical solutions from the grab-and-go area, camera-controlled shops without scanning, micro markets, smart fridges, where it's a compilation of shelves where you can also combine with a refrigerator, and it's with or without identification, and the whole product stockage is controlled by artificial intelligence. Same you have in smart vending solutions. It's a smarter fridge, or it's a smarter vending machine with a full touch screen, and this all is combined because of the need for sustainability in companies through waste collection and reverse vending machines who are now also able to collect reusable cups and bowls. And then you combine these kind of concepts, and we have in Europe more than 100 concepts of these in this field of smart stores. And if you see where the vending machine is placed inside the concept, and if you consider that these kind of this I show you just, it's an automated box, self-service, where you have all freshly food and meat, and all the needs consumers expect today on a 24/7 basis. And you have these kind of smart fridge solution, for example, with fresh food, and which is managed via an artificial intelligence, which is predicting the consumer's behavior, and which is managed by an app on your smartphone, where you can pre-order and then you can collect. This all combines to a future company canteen, where you can also implement a coffee system inside. And our expectations is what we see in these new concept which are placed in companies, that the need for food and the quality and the high quality of food is also bringing the focus on a more quality orientated coffee back to the minds of the decision taker. For example, if you offer a fresh cuisine in a reusable bowl with these kind of artificial app intelligence, and then beside these installation, it's in Frankfurt, based in a really new built canteen. Without without staff, then you find there at the same time also high quality coffee machines with a bit more investment on beans and products which are used for preparing the cup of coffee. You know, this this is one of the most sophisticated automatic or robotic coffee corners. We think there's one in London, for example. You have maybe seen it. This could also be a good link between high quality coffee and the service of snacks and foods on a really small surface. So our vision and our focus is that there are many perspectives for smart and sustainable and healthy solutions at workplaces, but we need the food and the good quality and having really serving a meal out of a vending machine or out of a smart store instead of only snacking to improve the perception of coffee and the worth of coffee in the demand of the decision takers, of the employers, and to make, because what we suffered in the last years, what work out on bad coffee out of vending machines should come to an end. So thank you, and maybe you have some comments, because I have a witness over there. He knows that you can. The vending machine is not the problem. It's the person serving the vending machine and the decision taker on what kind of products are used for the machine. So, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Kashevi. I remember how he was once announcing me for a presentation at the German Vending Association. I think it's like 10 years ago, when he asked me to come and hold a speech, and he said it's always crazy when you invite Dr. Schwarz. It's like a little bit in Forrest Gump. It's when you ask him on stage, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you get, and so that is very interesting. Yeah,
absolutely.
So things can happen, and so thank you so much, and I think there are certainly some questions in the room. I see already one occurring there. No, that was just scratching the ear, but there's one question.
Thank you for your presentation. Two questions. The first one is, how much does coffee mean in average in the vending machine? So if the vending machine sells 100, how much is coffee in the various forms? And the second question is, how much does actually the coffee in the vending machine means out of 100% of the coffee market in Germany in particular? Thank you.
It's from all the vents out of a vending machine, on the total vents, then it is, I think, about 75% coffee.
Okay.
And I don't know the exact figure on how many portions you have in the coffee sector in total, but you're talking about out of home or
Whatever.
or what?
I mean, what I was meaning more
The
100%.
Coffee is still the most like best appreciated drink in Germany. It's what does the colleague always say? 150 liters per person per year, I think something like this.
Close to 160 in Germany,
Yeah.
and that's
So
equals
just before
around.
beer and water, the favorite drink of Germans
And
is.
how much goes to the vending?
It's more about 50% is at home consumption, and the rest is on the way to work. So bakeries, filling stations, and so on. And I think it's about 10%, 12, 14%.
I don't even believe it can meanwhile be up 20. Because before the pandemics, I think there is not very precise numbers, but just to jump in, before in Germany we always had a very simple solution. We could say 50% of all the German coffee market was supermarket, so that was in-house, and 50% was out of home. And the coffee shops were always very proud to be the biggest, while they never were, because the biggest, like 50% out of the 50, which is 25, were the offices, coffee at work. And I think you're taking a big share out of these 25%. And
on the way, gastronomic services are getting less. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah, because a lot of the services from bigger companies have been closed and haven't been reopened. So therefore, I think you're taking quite a big share from these 25% total market or 50% of the out-of-home market. Then the next biggest actually are bakeries. And then the next biggest are gas stations. And the only thing that is not relevant in Germany are actually the coffee shops. So, but they drive everything. So that's very funny, actually. Yeah.
But one of the most increasing sectors for vending is the gas. Are the gas stations? We're looking for new concepts. We're just having some new workshops and some appointments with those because of the EV charging systems, and they are not really due to. People are spending more time at the filling station, and then so they are needing also some. Yeah. A variety of offer, and so this will be also future vending as well.
Thank you.
Any more question? And I think that is it. I specifically just like to ask you, did you see there have been 2 animals in the presentation? I'm just trying to see your level of attention to details. There have been 2 chicken.
There was a cock.
While I said, yeah, a cock and a hen, because I spoke of the ugly duck and I just found then 2 things to relate on. Because you're a lawyer, I just want to be sure that I cannot be sued for saying something wrong, so I was looking for it and I found it. So, you know, I'm a medical doctor, I always try to find the problem. Okay, anyway, thank you so much, Dr. Kashevi, for being here. No duck inside. Thank you so much.